Take a look.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post, you already know the vibes. And I'm back at you with your Smackdown review. And what an episode this was, man. This was the follow-up to King of the Ring this past weekend. We have a new Queen of the Ring. Cody Rhodes is still your WWE champion. Speaking of King and Queen of the Ring, this episode started off with our new queen, our queen to be, Nia Jax. She's coming out to the middle of the ring. She's calling out Bayley. Bayley's making her way out to the ring, but she's attacked by Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. And then, later in the night, Nick Aldis makes it official. Naomi and Bayley taking on the team of Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. And it's pretty cool to see Naomi and Bayley work together because you can tell that they're friends IRL in real life. And then you have the team of Piper and Chelsea, and I actually really like them together as a duo. Chelsea being just being her, and Piper just really being the muscle. And that's pretty much what happened. Piper pretty much did all the work, and Chelsea came out of nowhere and got the win over Naomi. So after Piper and Chelsea attacked Bayley, Chelsea pretty much said that Piper is next in line to get a shot at Bayley. And Nia Jax was like, I don't care as long as I get my shot at SummerSlam. So I'm assuming at Clash at the Castle it's going to be Piper and Niven taking on Bayley, and the winner of that match will go on to wrestle Nia Jax at the Summerfest. So there's always that. And I'm assuming next week it's going to be Nia Jax taking on Michin, because they had a little backstage segment. So I think that's going to happen next week, but I'm not entirely sure. So we just got to wait and see for that. As far as the rest of this week's episode of SmackDown, we had backstage segments from LA Knight. He's talking to Nick Aldis. He wants to get his hands on Logan Paul, but unfortunately Logan Paul isn't there. But LA Knight made his intentions very loud and clear that he wants to fight Logan Paul for the United States Championship. But there is one person that isn't feeling none of that at all, and that man is simply known as him, Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo and LA Knight go at it backstage, and Carmelo slipped up a little bit because he was talking to LA Knight, and he accidentally said that he accidentally called Logan Paul LA. He said, "You think LA is gonna call you out and want to deal with you when he can deal with the first round draft pick?" And LA Knight was quick with it. He said, "Well, if I called out myself, that means I'll be facing myself," or something like that. So a little slip up from Melo, but these things happen from time to time. I do it all the time myself, so it is what it is. I'm thinking it's gonna be LA Knight and Carmelo at Clash at the Castle, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna happen on SmackDown. Who knows? But one thing we do know is that our tag team champions, one half of our tag team champions, Austin Theory, is taking on Tommaso Ciampa, and this was a pretty interesting match. I'm thinking it's gonna lead to a tag team match between DIY taking on A-Town Down Under. And looking at Austin Theory, you can really tell why he who must not be named was pushing him so hard, because the dude looks like a star. He looks like he could be a face of the WWE in the future, whether he's a heel or whether he's a face. And kind of a breaking development during this match is we might be seeing the end of A-Town Down Under, which kind of sucks because I actually like them as a tag team, because they're just two cocky, arrogant assholes that work well together as a team. Even though you had Grayson Waller saying this very loudly to commentary, that Austin Theory is only relevant because of me. I gave him the Grayson Waller rub, and Austin Theory is like, bro, what the F? And this led to a distraction. Austin Theory lost due to the most devastating move in all sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up. And then next week is gonna be Johnny Gargano taking on Grayson Waller. So who knows? But unfortunately, it looks like this might be very well the end of A-Town Down Under in the near future. But we could be getting an Austin Theory face turn from this. So hey man, we'll see. So after this, we had a match between Andrade and Apollo Crews. That's right, you are not mistaken, I did say Apollo Crews. Now, we haven't seen Apollo since 1994. I thought this man disappeared from the face of the earth. I thought he was stuck in the Phantom Zone. I have no idea where Apollo Crews has been. But it's good to see him back on SmackDown. He didn't get an interest, but he did get a match against Andrade. And earlier in the show, you saw Angel Garza trying to recruit Andrade to the Legado del Fantasma, and Andrade wasn't really feeling this. So as Andrade and Apollo were wrestling, you saw Angel standing in the middle and standing at the top of the ring. He's trying to cheer for Andrade. Andrade's like, dude, what are you doing? And ultimately, even though it was a distraction, an inverted distraction from Angel, Andrade ended up getting the win over Apollo. And then you have the Legados come out. They're saying, and Angel's like, yeah, I got him. I think he's in the group. And Andrade's like, nope. And he breezes right past Santos Escobar and the rest of Legado del Fantasma. And as this is happening, Santos is looking at Angel like, bro, really? So then after this, you had a backstage segment. You had Angel talking to Andrade, talking about, man, you embarrassed me in front of my boss. But then Apollo comes out of nowhere and attacks Angel Garza. So not only do we have something developing with Legado and Andrade, but you have a storyline for Apollo Crews. Who would have thought it? We have a storyline for Apollo Crews. So that was pretty cool. Very happy to see that. So yeah. Bianca and Jade Cargill have a backstage segment. They're talking, but they're interrupted by Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell was very upset because apparently during their match, Candice LeRae got injured, and she's blaming Bianca and Jade. And then next week it's gonna be, I think, Jade taking on Indy Hartwell. So yeah. But now we have two more things to talk about. The first thing is the ongoing saga, the ongoing cinema within the Bloodline. You had the Bloodline in the back, so hyping up the Gorillas of Destiny, hyping them up for their tag team match against the Street Profits. And as this is happening, you had Paul Heyman, trying to make peace and smooth things over with Solo. He's talking about how when he was the special counsel for the tribal chief, our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, he would talk to him and counsel him and say that even though that violent things would happen, it was a strategy. And right now what he's seeing with Solo is no strategy, it's just all violence. And then he's saying that Paul is saying that when the tribal chief returns, they need to make sure that Cody is handled. And then Solo says that we have Cody right where we want him. And Paul Heyman's like, who the hell is we? And as this is happening, you have Kevin Owens making his way out to the ring. He's saying that, Randy Orton's hurt. He's at home resting. But he wants to fight because he's been fighting with the Bloodline for the past 4 years. The entire time we've been dealing with the pandemic. Kevin Owens has been dealing with the Bloodline pandemic. And he's not done anytime soon. He wants to fight Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa and Solo. And as this is happening, Paul Heyman comes out. And he's trying to make peace. He's trying to plead his case. He's trying to say, listen, man, you need to leave these Samoans alone because they're dangerous. This isn't the Bloodline you were dealing with 4 years ago. These guys are dangerous. Matter of fact, when he was running with Roman Reigns, they actively did not want Tama and Tonga Loa in the Bloodline because they're criminals. They're dangerous. They're just straight up with thugs. And as this is happening, Kevin Owens is like, I don't believe anything you're saying. Paul Heyman is in the middle of the ring crying and throwing microphones. And it's looking like Kevin Owens is about to attack Paul Heyman. And then the Bloodline comes out and makes the save. And then this leads us to our match. You have the Gorillas of Destiny taking on the Street Profits. And this is the technical debut of Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga as a tag team. And For what it was worth, this was a great showcase of how dangerous Gorillas of Destiny really are, especially Tonga Loa. You know, he's looking like a savage. He's looking like an unstoppable killing machine. Tama Tonga's looking like a savage, and you know they're doing their thing. They're looking good as a unit, taking on the Street Profits, and they ended up getting the win. And before the match, you know, there was a big brawl. Solo Sikoa was fighting with Kevin Owens. The Street Profits and Gorillas of Destiny are fighting. Like I said, the Bloodline ended up getting the win. And then you saw a graphic that next week, Tonga Loa is going to be, what did he say? Initiated into the Bloodline or baptized or whatever it is the graphic said. So, you know, there's that. Leading us to more cinema, more twists and turns and betrayals and the crowd chanting "We want Roman." You could hear this loud and clear. They were chanting their hearts out, "We want Roman." Paul Heyman's like, "I want Roman too. I miss my tribal chief." So more cinema, man, more cinema. And speaking of cinema, the big story of this episode of SmackDown. Earlier in the show, you had AJ Styles talking to Nick Aldis, and he said he just wants some time during the show to address his future. And you know, you have superstars asking Nick Aldis, well, what's happening? Is AJ Styles retiring? And the fact that they were leaning so heavily into this retirement angle, the fact that they kept mentioning retirement so much, this was kind of a dead giveaway that AJ Styles wasn't retiring. But they did do a good job of really selling this because you had AJ making his way to the ring. He's shaking hands with LA Knight. He's hugging the OC. They're in the middle of the ring crying. AJ is giving a speech. He's saying that, man, during this time, you know, I got a chance to see my son graduate, and he's, you know, he's shouting like Cody Rhodes and saying that Cody gave him the best match of his career. Dave Meltzer gave this match 5 stars. It's a memory he's never ever gonna forget. And you know, he's doing a good job of really selling this possibility that he's gonna retire. Like I said, he had the OC out there. They threw up the 2 Sweet for the last time, and before AJ Styles leaves, he says he wants to call out Cody Rhodes. Cody makes his way out to the ring. You know, he's looking like a proud dad. You know, he's making Cody faces and he's crying. And AJ's like, listen, this is still the house that AJ Styles built, but he wants to pass the keys on to Cody. And it's feeling real sentimental and real, you know, heartwarming. But there was a part of me that said that this shit looks really familiar. You're not fooling me, AJ Styles, because he's pulling a Mark Henry when he thought that he was going to retire, and he ended up attacking John Cena. And this is more of the same. Cody got duped, he got bamboozled, he got hornswoggled, he got hoodwinked, he got run amok and led astray. AJ ends up attacking Cody Rhodes, man, and that's how this episode of SmackDown ends. It's most likely going to end with one more match between Cody and AJ for the title. We should have seen this coming because, you know, like I said, this is the Mark Henry angle, but the way they executed it, well done, man, well done. Had me going for a little bit. I almost teared up a little bit thinking that, you know, this may be the end of AJ Styles' run, you know. And to be fair, AJ Styles has been doing this for a long time, so it wouldn't be surprising if we did end up seeing an eventual retirement from AJ Styles. But it's not happening anytime soon. He attacked him. He attacked Cody Rhodes. He's a dirty, dirty heel. He's an evil man. His evil ways fooled us all. But with that being said, guys, what did you think of this week's episode of SmackDown? Were you duped? Were you led to believing that AJ Styles was going to retire? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. You guys be easy. I'm out.